Ladies and gentlemen, gold medalist and Olympic champion, representing the United States of America, Lindsey Vonn!
Pro athlete Lindsey Vonn is proof that every kid with a big dream has a chance to be the best. The three-time world champion knows what it takes to be the best. Years and years of training, dedication, and a passion for what you do. Since setting her sights on the slopes as a toddler, Vonn has been training to be the greatest, and achieved that goal many times over. Lindsey Vonn is more than just a pro athlete. With her positive influence and deep love for the sport, she's an inspiration to people all over the world. It was obvious from a very young age that the thing that made Lindsey special was a prodigal talent that would lead her to greatness. Born as Lindsey Caroline Kildrow in St. Paul, Minnesota, Lindsey grew up with her parents, Linda and Alan, in Twin Cities. As a teenager, Lindsey's father, Alan, won 3 national junior ski championships before he sustained a knee injury at 18 and went on to study law. With a family who frequented the slopes, by 2 years old, Lindsey had her own first pair of skis. Lindsey's first teacher was actually her grandfather, Don, who passed away in 2017. Don was instrumental in the building of the first ski hill in the area where the family lived. In an Instagram post, Lindsey dedicated her races at the 2018 Olympics to him, writing, "Every time I ski down the mountain, I know you'll be there with me." At age 6, her talent and love of skiing was so prominent that Lindsey's father brought her to train in Buck Hill with a professional coach, Eric Saylor. Lindsey's mother later recalled that Lindsey practiced every day. She was the first one at the hill and the last one to leave. By 9 years old, Lindsey met her role model and mentor, the Olympic gold medalist in ski racing, Peekaboo Street, at an event. With a strong female influence, Vonn was inspired to continue on with her training and pursue a career as a professional athlete. Her family realized that if she was going to go all the way, Lindsey would need to practice on an actual mountain. The young athlete made the commute to Colorado for training at Ski Club Vail, where she trained under Colby S. Scudder in challenging and difficult terrains and conditions. Lindsey and her mother would make the 18-hour trip to Vail from Minnesota, staying to train for a few months at a time. The back and forth took its toll on the teen, and eventually her family, including her 4 younger siblings, Karen, Reed, Dylan, and Laura, moved to Colorado permanently. Lindsey enrolled in an online high school so that she could pursue her ski training full-time. Unfortunately, Lindsey's father's job was still in Minnesota, and so the family was forced to split up for a period of time. Later, Lindsey shared that the move was difficult on her family, especially her siblings, who had given up their home and friends to support her dream. In an interview with Graham Bensinger, she said, "My family gave up everything so that I could succeed." She also shared that because of their sacrifices, she felt pressure to succeed not only for herself, but for them as well. Lindsey had shared that her mom was a major inspiration to her during her many sports injuries and setbacks. Lindsey's mother survived a stroke at a young age, prompting Lindsey to put her own struggles in perspective. In an ad for P&G, she said, "My mom's really tough. She always taught me no matter what the situation, I can overcome it. My mom is optimistic no matter what, and I think some of that rubbed off on me." The family's commitment to Lindsey's passion paid off because in 1999, when she was just 15, she became one of 2 American athletes who were the first to win the cadets slalom in Italy's Trofeo Topolino di Sci Alpino. Peekaboo Street was watching that event and later recalled marveling at not only Lindsey's talent and skill, but her clear love and passion for the sport. Street said, "The faster she went, the bigger the smile she got on her face."
My Topolino medals, which are my first international competition medals.
Over the next few years, that unique sense of undeterred passion would allow Lindsey to become the most decorated female ski racer in the history of the sport. Lindsey joined the U.S. ski team at age 15, winning everywhere she went. At age 16, she attended the FIS Alpine Ski World Cup in Park City, Utah. When she was only 17, Lindsey made her debut at the Olympics in Salt Lake City, where she competed in combined and slalom. After that, Lindsey worked full-time at improving her speed and time and continued to place in competitions all over the world. In 2008, Lindsey made history when she became only the 2nd American woman ever to win the World Cup overall title. The first was Tamara McKinney in 1983. Lindsey made a lot of fans that day, inspiring little girls everywhere to take up the sport. The following year, she returned to the competition and once again took home home the overall title. In 2010, she sustained an arm injury, but chose to continue training.
He is really going for it. Lindsey Vonn, such a fierce competitor come race day.
Nothing could stop Lindsey from taking home her third consecutive win at the World Cup, in addition to some more minor event wins. Lindsey was only the third woman in history with this major achievement. Lindsey came in second in 2011, but won the World Cup overall title once again in 2012. In total, she has placed first in 82 World Cup events, along with gracing the podium a record 137 times, the most of any female skier ever. While a young Lindsey was usually able to stay on her feet while on the slopes, she soon found herself falling in a different way. At just 17 years old, Lindsey met fellow skier Thomas Vonn and fell in love. Vonn was 26 at the time, and the 9-year age gap wasn't exactly music to Lindsey's father's ears. Lindsey and Thomas got married in 2007, sadly without her father in attendance, and they continued to be on the outs for a few years. When Lindsey and Thomas decided to divorce 4 years later, Lindsey called her lawyer father for advice and to make amends. She told the New York Times, "It was a difficult first conversation, but we kind of worked past everything. He apologized. It's going to take a long time to build a relationship back, but it's definitely come a long way." Lindsey went on to date fellow athlete golf pro Tiger Woods. The pair were together for 3 years before calling it quits, citing busy schedules and hectic lives. In 2018, Lindsey began dating NHL hockey player PK Subban. In 2019, Subban proposed to Lindsey with an emerald ring, and soon after, Vonn decided to go for gold and proposed right back. She wrote on Instagram, "Men should get engagement rings too, and this is what PK deserves." The couple share a home in a North New Jersey suburb, but have had to put their wedding plans on hold due to COVID-19. In such a physically demanding sport, it's no surprise that many of the hurdles that Lindsey has had to overcome have been intense and painful injuries. However, this athlete never gave up, even when the worst nightmare of any athlete occurred. Just before the 2010 Winter Olympics in Vancouver, Lindsey revealed that she was struggling with a bruised shin and tibia, and severe pain that may prevent her from competing. However, fate was on her side. Unseasonable weather conditions delayed the races, allowing her to rest a little longer and be strong enough to compete. She earned a bronze medal in the Super G event and also became the first American woman to win gold in the downhill event. She beat the time of Julia Mancuso by 0.56 seconds. When the following Winter Olympics rolled around in Sochi, Russia in 2014, Lindsey planned on competing again. After all, she was at the height of her career. To the world's dismay, the year before the event, Lindsey suffered a horrific crash that badly damaged her right knee and tore her ACL. She had to undergo surgery to reconstruct her anterior cruciate and medial collateral ligaments. A comeback that same year would have been a miracle. For her fans, Lindsey shared a post to Facebook explaining why she wouldn't be able to compete at the Olympics. "I did everything I possibly could to somehow get strong enough to overcome having no ACL, but the reality has sunk in that my knee is just too unstable to compete at this level." Vonn has always maintained the crashing comes with the job description, and is known to shrug off even the most painful injuries. 2015 marked Lindsey's triumphant comeback with wins at the World Championships in Vail, the Women's World Cup in Lake Louise, Alberta, and the World Cup race at Maribel, France. Long before this, the young Lindsey had already earned her status as the Queen of Comebacks. At the 2006 Olympics in Torino, she had to be airlifted out of the course following a violent crash. 2 days later, however, she was back at the gate and placed 8th in the downhill event.
Torino was really a disappointing Olympics for me. When I crashed, I thought that, doctors were telling me that I broken my back and my pelvis. People were questioning whether I would ever ski again.
In 2018, Lindsey was again ready for the Winter Olympics in Korea, now aged 33. At that age, there were more and more physical problems to deal with. Only months before the event, she broke her arm and badly injured her back. But it quickly became clear that Lindsey would stop at nothing. She continued to train, duct taping her pole to her ski glove when her arm was too weak to hold it. In an interview with Vail Daily, she said, said, "I'm 33. I've been injured quite a few times, but my passion for the sport has never changed. Since I started skiing and started racing when I was 8 years old, I've loved what I do, and I don't want to stop doing it. As long as I'm enjoying it and I don't have to use too much duct tape to hold my body together, I'm good." Despite her injuries, Lindsey earned an Olympic bronze medal in the downhill skiing event. She shared that she was proud and felt she had made her grandfather, who was a vet from the Korean War, proud of her. She told CNN, "My grandfather taught my father how to ski. It's because of him that it is in our family." Before the 2018 Olympics, Lindsey made headlines for something other than sports when she spoke out about her political opinions. She shared with her fans that at the Olympics she would be representing the American people, but not necessarily representing the views of the president. Vonn declined an invitation to visit the White House and stated, "It seems to me that we must lead with understanding and strive for unity in our relationships throughout the world. We need to find a way to put aside our differences and find common ground in communicating. Is it wrong to hope for a better world?" In 2019, Lindsey ended on a high note by breaking the long-standing record at the Women's World Cup by scoring her 63rd win in the Super G event in Cortina d'Ampezzo, Italy. With 3 Olympic medals and numerous other titles under her belt, Lindsey Vonn retired from professional downhill skiing. Lindsey stopped just short of breaking the all-time World Cup wins record. She said to the Associated Press, however, that record is just a number. "The record won't define me. I don't need 87 wins to be able to continue the work of my foundation, to help kids, inspire people to be healthy and active, and be positive and strive to reach their dreams and goals. I don't need that record to accomplish those things. It's not going to change the way I leave the sport." She also shared that after so many injuries and surgeries, skiing had become painful, and she knew that her body needed a break. She stated, "I want to be able to ski with my kids one day, and I want to be able to be active and not be in pain all the time." Lindsey stated, "This story needs to end, because if I don't end it, it's going to end me. I need to be in control in some way of my own story." Lindsey Vonn showed the world that it is okay to step back while still at the top of your game. At 35, she felt it was time to enjoy days with her family and focus on other projects and aspects of her life. After over 30 years of daily training and giving everything she had to the sport that she loves, Lindsey deserves a little downtime, not to mention some time to spend with her fiancé and her dogs. She told Powder, "I need a break. I have to start enjoying skiing the way I used to, with my family, instead of always having a memory of racing. I think I need a little time physically, mentally." The former pro athlete, however, has kept incredibly busy since announcing her retirement. Along with wedding plans, she's also been working on a TV show called The Pack. Lindsey hosts the series, which features 12 dogs and their owners traveling and competing in challenges. The show can be described as a version of The Amazing Race, but for dogs. It's currently available for streaming on Amazon Prime. Winners of the show receive a cash prize with a portion automatically going to charity. A lifelong dog owner, Lindsey has always been an animal lover. She's even said that her dogs were part of what inspired her on the slopes. She often shares adorable pictures with her own pack, Lucy, Leo, and Bear. The 3 pooches have their own Instagram account called Vonn's Dogs. They're sometimes seen training with their athlete owner, and little Lucy has even tried her paws at the powder, following Vonn as she speeds down the snowy hills. This year, Lindsey also took in 2 more foster puppies. Earlier this year, Vonn partnered with Under Armour and the app MyFitnessPal to create an at-home workout for people to stay fit during COVID lockdowns. She may be retired, but Vonn is far from out of shape, keeping up her gym routine and workouts. Lindsey has also created the Lindsey Vonn Foundation, a non-profit organization which is run by her younger sister Laura. The foundation supports female athletes and the next generation through scholarships and enrichment programs in education and sports. They're specifically committed to inspiring young female athletes and providing them with the tools to succeed. Their tagline reads, "Giving the future women of the world the confidence to move mountains." Lindsey's upcoming memoir, Rise, My Story, is set to be released in October of 2021. Over the course of her 19 years as a professional skier, Vonn sustained injuries and obstacles that may have ended the career of someone less determined. Lindsey became a household name because of her ability to come back stronger than ever, every single time. Lindsey may be leaving her days on the slopes behind her, but through her foundation and her continued efforts as an advocate for girls and women athletes in sports, Lindsey's legacy will live on and inspire generations to come.
She's definitely known for that power, and she has just got the feel going. This is classic.
Let us know which athletes and celebs have inspired you to follow your dreams. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to The Taco for more videos about your favorite stars. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time.